Hello, welcome to the reading. I'm going to tap in and see what comes through for you at this time when this finds you. Anyone that's new here, welcome. And of course also recurring viewers. Nice to have you back. Let's just see what's going on. What is it you need to know for your highest good at this time? And I'm going to spread. I just heard the Magician, which is very fitting with the background because I feel like I'm part of a magician show. Let's see what that's about. Okay. So you're being watched at the moment, but it's not... I mean, you could be being watched by whomever, but in this case you're being watched in a way that's sort of protection. It looks protective. It looks like you're being watched over while something within your life is being balanced out. It does have to do with karma. Where's my drink? It has to do with karma in the sense that, let's say if someone has done you wrong, I'm hearing you get to keep your hands clean. And I'm seeing someone hold the sword of truth. So you may be a truth speaker, you may be someone who vibrates on that frequency. Also when it comes to global worldly things, you seem to be someone, you know what is more likely to be the truth of the matter and what is distortion, what is an illusion. And there's not many people like that out there. So the information you do get, or the information you come across, may you seem to be someone who's out of the loop in the sense that you haven't been programmed and conditioned the way others have been. Either you consciously took yourself out of the loop, or due to you having these frequencies encoded that you are a truth speaker, you can see truth and you can see what is fake and what is an illusion, what is somewhat happening behind the veil. So you have a position, or your frequency is worth protecting. That's why you have protectors around you. I'm hearing physical as well as non-physical. The frequency you carry, the vibration you exude is worth protecting. That's a message that's coming through for you. So of course, if there's beings, entities, whatever it may be, that is trying to distort, whether this is your image, whether this is your reputation, is giving Joan d'Arc. I'm picking up on that as well. Joan d'Arc received visions. She was connected to the divine. She received visions from the angels, archangels. She led a whole army, and they won. And she ended up getting burnt at the stake for hearsay and witchcraft. And then 25 years later, they brought that file back up and basically she got her flowers in the end. And then I think even later she got crowned as a saint. She became a saint, but her story's coming through for a reason, because you may be someone who's very misunderstood, and you may have entities, beings around that want to distort your image or the perception or your truth, because You stand out of a crowd. You don't think, you don't function, you don't move the way the system or the masses expect you to. So of course you will rattle and shake up crowds, and there's a sense of, yeah, you have a special purpose here, and this video is going to reach you for that reason, because you need to know that whatever opposition you have experienced could have been since a child, could have even been within your own family dynamic, because you rattle up structures that are built on false pretenses. So again, this is a message coming through that you have this purpose on a very global, you have a position, you have a purpose on a global level, but also on a more macro within your near environment, whether this is family or more out within where you live, where you've been, walking around. You rattle, you shake up systems, and you shake up systems that have been built on false pretenses. You trigger people that are fake. You trigger the pretenders. You trigger the ones that think they're hot shit, but you see what is behind the veil. You may even see the true nature before other people can see it. So with a truth, if you carry codes and frequencies of a truth speaker, by nature you're gonna expose people, you're gonna expose structures, you're gonna expose institutions. This is just your territory. And again, you're worth protecting. If you have witnessed this, or if you can acknowledge this, you have forces that are bigger and grander protecting you. They're watching out, they're looking after you, they're watching you, and they're watching out for you. They're also watching the opposition, or who is trying to distort and who's trying to speak lies, trying to slander, and trying to create an image around you that is not based in truth. So they're doing the watching for you. And these people may at the moment be experiencing paranormal activity. If they talk about you, suddenly lights start flickering or something falls down. They make themselves known. Just the sheep, the muggles, the fucking sleepers, they don't understand what the hell is going on. They just think it's a coincidence. And you can fuck around and find out. And that's also, it's not in your hand. That's why you got the blank card here. You don't have to do anything for that. For you, it's important that you get to sleep peacefully. That's another thing they're looking. Whoever's watching you and surrounding you and protecting you it's in the best interest to keep you healthy, to keep you vital, to keep you going, because again, alone your frequency being here is what is needed. Yeah, you're a shadow walker. I'm seeing a shadow walker. You can move between the underworld, the higher spheres. You can move between the veils. You're somewhat subhuman. Like, it's not really. I'm hearing no wonder people can't figure you out. How could they? With the limited resources that they have. Most of them are plugged into the media still and into fucking brainwashed diarrhea, and you're not. You're plugged into something else. So how would they understand you? They don't know what the fuck's going on. They don't know. They can't tell the left foot from the right foot. And again, I have the Magician out. That was the first card that I got without even having to see the cards. I want that clarified though. Yeah, you have a special path, and special can be so, washed down and watered down as a word. But by special, it just means out of the ordinary. It's something that is not even meant to be understood. Some people are not meant to understand you. Some people are not meant to understand your path. They're not meant to have you figured out. I mean, they can't, but also they're not meant to. That is part of the protection as well. So let them is a big thing here. Let them talk. Let them say whatever they want to say. Let them distort. Let them spread misconceptions, because like in the story of Jeanne d'Arc, it comes out sooner or later. Maybe it comes out when you're long gone. It doesn't really matter. What matters, what I'm hearing, is that the people that have similar traits, that can see beyond the veil, that have a sixth sense, they can see or sense something is off about a person no matter how they position themselves. They can see beyond the structures, institutions, people, their agendas, their hidden intentions, is what is gonna flock to you. And fakes, pretenders that wanna be something that they're not, are going to feel repelled, and you're going to trigger them, and you're going to rattle. They're going to not feel comfortable around you. And that's the reason for that as well. They're not meant to be around you. I'm hearing some don't want to understand you, because if they would have to, it would shatter the whole world system. It will shatter everything that they thought was true and not true, and they are comfortable where they're at. So let them. They're not meant to come with you. Some of them live really miserable lives, is what I just heard, and that's where they're going to stay, and that's how they're going to die. It's not up to you. You weren't put on this planet to save people. You weren't put on here to fix and save and take on other people's karma and take on other people's issues. You alone, that's the main message. That's why it's getting repeated. You hold a frequency that is worth protecting. And I'm hearing your path is laid out. You're also I'm seeing someone being like, like in a boxing match, when the person walks out and they have like, I don't know if the bodyguards, I saw two figures walking next to you while you just follow the script. You follow the plan that's been laid out. That's all you need to do. And they can watch you all they want. The ones that don't understand you, they can watch you all they want. They're just going to feel more confused, because they don't understand. So they're just going to feel more confused. And some, apparently, I'm seeing it's taking them a lot of energy that they're trying to figure out. They're trying to understand. But it's not for a good reason, and that's why there's also sort of veiling that's happening. It's like you're being veiled, and it just creates distortion. Your frequency pulls the right people in and repels the ones that are not meant to be around you, are not meant to understand you, are not meant to understand your path, are not meant to understand the codes. They cannot receive the codes. But yeah, I'm hearing that's why you're threats as well. And if they cannot control someone, because you cannot be controlled, because you adhere to different rules, you speak with, whether this is beings, whether this is, higher, like forces that are not man-made, that others cannot understand because they don't have that connection, they don't have that link, of course you become a threat because you cannot be controlled. So the only thing that makes them feel like they have a sense of power is if they can distort how you're being viewed. But it's not stopping anything. Your path is laid out. I have the Three of Wands as well. It's not stopping anything, and that's why again I'm hearing let them, because they are being taken care of. There's a sense of panic. I'm just getting like an uneasy feeling when your name is being spoken in these circles, or when your name is being dropped. They feel uneasy, and that is part of exactly what I was telling you. When you're protected and you have watchers that are watching out for you, that can move between walls, they know what's going on. They know who is where, with whom, talking about what. So that's why there's a sense of panic and anxiety, because they don't see, they don't hear, they're not tuned in like that, but there's still a sense of something is in the air. And that as well is why you have to blank up, because this is all being done for you. All you are being asked to do is to follow the path. If I repeat something, it's because that's what's important. And I'm seeing another message that whoever thought or thinks they're being slick by either betraying you, trying to put, obstacles in your path, it's all being bounced back. What tends to happen in your case is you get more money, you get more gold, you get more abundance, you get more of this, you get more wealth, health. Your dreams are coming true. Whereas for them, they are more and more digging themselves a hole that they are going to end up having to lie in. And it's already happening. And that's why they're feeling panicked and anxiety, because there's something going on that they cannot understand, and some aren't even connecting it to you, but it's making them feel uneasy. Whereas you, as a shadow walker, have already made friends with, I don't know if you were in the same shoes as them at one point, I don't know, but there's a sense of you being able to confront certain things within your life because you allow yourself to be humbled, and you allow yourself to be in a student position of like, okay, I may not have everything figured out, I may not know how the world works, but I'm willing to learn. And because you have like the antenna of a truth speaker, you're more able to, I don't know how to explain this. It's like, it's like you see beyond the veil. I don't know if whoever this is for, you will know what is meant by that, because there's massive distortions and illusions, again, on a global as well as on a micro level. If you don't get fucking pulled in by the glitz and the glam of whether this is a person or even celebrities or someone that is pretending to, they're cloaking themselves, glamour magic, like they're pretending to be something that they're not, that they cannot embody. The frequency doesn't match with who and what they're putting out. And if you don't fall for that and you're unfazed and you're unimpressed, it makes people uncomfortable. It makes especially them uncomfortable, because they know they can't fool you. And I'm hearing for you, what may be uncomfortable is that it takes people around them time to catch up on that. So you may see, or you may not fuck with a person long before other people catch up on it. And the ones that vibrate with you or are pulled in by you, what seems to be happening now is they're starting to understand that you may have good reason for why you don't fuck with certain people, why you don't want to be around certain people. It's coming, that's natural course of things. Some that takes them more time. And this is also where people get called crazy. Of course, you're going to be called crazy. That's another control tactic, because they cannot, or what gives, whoever dons you, calls you crazy, calls you this and that, is because they don't have any reins, they don't have a hold on you. This is ancient games. Geniuses, all fucking pioneers in everything, have been called crazy because they saw things before other people do. It's a compliment. So yeah, there's a bit of like an energy coming through of the masses, and then a few chosen ones that see beyond the veil. It's just how things are. It's been like that, but for you, it just seems important that you're protected within this. You don't really have anything to worry about, and the floodgates are opening. It may take you some time to get here, like especially if there's been obstacles or there's been roadblocks, but I'm hearing you stay true to yourself. You didn't switch up. You stay true to yourself, you stay true to your path, and now more and more of... I actually don't know what this is. Can you tell me? Can you clarify that? Yeah, massive alignment, man. Your soul contract got upgraded. That's maybe why you've been feeling a little bit, either you've been feeling tired or you've been taking a step back, because your soul contract got upgraded. You got promoted. And again, your protection, through this promotion, your protection got heightened. You have more protection, you've got stronger protection, you got massive forces guiding you through all of this. And that's another reason I'm hearing why people are feeling uneasy, because they can sense, even if they don't understand it and may never understand it, they can sense there's something about you. I'm getting a sense of how can you be so sure of yourself? Like, that's what's keeping people up at night, or they're puzzled as to how can you be so sure of yourself. And that as well is because you live within your truth. A truth speaker will live within the truth. A truth speaker cannot get rattled because, for one, you have forces. You get information from a different channel than most do. It's more straightforward. You have the right people flocking to you. And what I'm seeing is there's an understanding. The right people can see what you're about. They can feel what you're about. They don't even need to understand. Like, how do I explain this? I'm just seeing there's like a mutual... This can be as little as being, if you're on social media, you will feel who is somewhat kin, and you may never need to talk to each other. But there's a sense of like, there's like, I'm seeing like a network of truth speakers, and again, there's not a lot like you out there. So it's like the antenna is up, and you all seem to be like well off, in the sense that you get recognized for that. I can't really make sense of that message yet, but I just saw network, and I saw that you recognize each other, but I just heard that's gonna become more clear with time, because again, the roadblocks are and have been clearing out. You got upgraded, you got promoted. Things, if they have been feeling a bit stagnant or on standstill because you had to integrate these changes, it's gonna start picking up. The pace is gonna start picking up, and you're gonna feel how the protection and how this, again, you're being veiled. There's something that's shifting in the sense that people that have been siphoning or trying to take from you or trying to distort how you're being perceived is becoming so irrelevant. Like, that's why I kept hearing let them, because if that is part of what they want to invest their time in, they're gonna die miserable anyway. So who the fuck cares? You need to stay on course, which you are and have been. You didn't switch up. You trusted, you had faith, even blind faith at times is what I'm hearing. And the pace is about to pick up. But now it's picking up in a way where you're being veiled. So these other energies have absolutely no hold, even if they thought they had influence on you. It's going to become more and more clear, and that's what's going to frustrate them, and that's what's going to put them in a frenzy, is that they're fucking speckle. They have absolutely no influence. They have absolutely nothing of what they pretended and thought they had, the position that they thought they were in, the position that they thought they held within a community or a space. There's nothing. And what's going to be their downfall is that either it already has gotten exposed, more people are catching up on it. It's not going to make sense anymore. And that's natural evolution as well, because again, your position and where you're being moved into, there is a sense of you leading the way for others to follow suit. But you're not doing this on purpose. You're just existing. And people are flocking to you because it's starting to... I heard the veil is thinning for one. Sure, we know that. But if you're a force that is uncontrollable and unshakable in the truth, it makes people curious. But this as well is the main message, is making the right people curious and the wrong people are getting repelled. So there's a natural filtration system built within you that is now being more and more activated. And this is the next step of your evolution, and it's going to put you... I'm hearing it's going to put you in different rooms, but we've gotten that message before. I keep getting a sense that it's going to pick up soon. Something's about to pick up. Like, if it's been feeling like in a time warp backwards, it's going to go fucking 80, 100, 120 kilometers per hour. Like, that's what it's going to feel like. And I just saw like zoom into different timelines, but the timelines end up merging. So all in all, you're on course. You have nothing to worry about. You're protected by forces beyond anything a man could make. Whoever is not understanding you, is misinterpreting you, still trying old antics and tactics because they know they cannot control you. Let them. They're shooting themselves in their own foot. They have no influence. They have no hold. They're fucking pissed off that they don't have a seat next to you, and they never will. So while you are aligning with the right people that recognize you and see you for who you are, others are falling off the bandwagon, and whatever is coming up for them, whatever emotions, whatever triggers, whatever spiral, fucking crash outs they're going through, that's for them to deal with. But what is undeniable is that all across, even if, again, some don't understanding, there's something palpable about your being that is, it's coming, it's felt. It's not something that's fully understood, it's felt. Some understand it, again, others do not, but it's, I don't know, I like this, and I'm glad that I get to read for you, because that means as well that this channel is drawing in the right people. Otherwise my work would be a drag. So I hope you can receive this. I mean, I know you can receive it. Whoever this is for can receive it fully. Whoever it is not for will be repelled and feel confused, and then But I can't control that because it draws in whoever still. But I'm happy to convey this message. You seem to be doing an amazing job. You stayed true to yourself. You are staying true to yourself. And it's just, I'm hearing it's going to get easier from now on. If it's been feeling like roadblocks and obstacles, either you pass some tests as well with the promotions, because promotions like this don't come out of nowhere, you need to earn it. So apparently you did, and it's going to pick up on speed. So if you're still resting or you need more rest, allow yourself that, because there's good reason for it. It's going to pick up on speed. So yeah, I'm hearing brace yourself. It's going to be like a wild ride in the best sense possible. All right, much love.